the first time, we have an idea now of how much the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Big Investment Fund performed over the course of a year.
That fund is called Ensign Peak Advisors, and Fox 13 News investigative reporter Nate Carlisle found the public document showing how many billions of dollars it gained in 2020.
Over the last year, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been more forthcoming about how it's investing tithing money. This latest filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission shows that despite the economic downturn of the pandemic, the church's big investment fund made money. This filing with the SEC shows the holdings of Ensign Peak Advisors at the end of 2020. When added all up, it shows the fund gained more than $6 billion in one of the most difficult financial years in American history.
We should also be cautious about the motivation of the one who provides information. That's why the scriptures warn us against priestcraft.
Of the Melchizedek priesthood, 3 presiding high priests chosen by the body.
A person who holds the priesthood is not able to confer his office or authority on another unless authorized by one who holds the keys. Without that authorization, the ordination would be invalid. This explains why a priest.
This is an occasion of great significance for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints throughout the world. Dating from October 10th, 1880, when John Taylor was sustained to succeed Brigham Young as prophet, seer, and revelator, and President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It is proposed that the first presidency sustain Russell Marion Nelson as prophet, seer, and revelator, and President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. So, the Catholics have had their transfer of authority to Robert Francis Prevost, who chose as his pope name Leo XIV. He was born in Chicago, Illinois. His early clerical career was to the Order of St. Augustine. He did extensive work in Peru for 1 year, and then another year. So apparently he did a 2-year mission from 85 to 86, and then 88 to 98. It's actually more than 2 years if it's 98. 11 years. And so he's been a parish pastor, diocesan official, seminary teacher, administrator, elected prior general of the Order of St. Augustine, returned to Peru as Bishop of Chiclayo. Pope Francis appointed him prefect of the dicastery for bishops and president of the Pontifical Commission for Latin America. And so he does have a connection to Pope Francis, who died. He's the first Latin American pope, first from an English-speaking country. He's American, and the first American and Peruvian naturalized. Okay. Because being born in America, in Chicago, kind of makes him an American, and so thus the first American, which is very interesting. Very interessante. So, why Leo? Leo I was 400 to 461, known as Leo the Great. So he was the Bishop of Rome, so only lived to be 61 years old, from 29th September 440 until his death, November 10th, 461. He was the first of the 3 popes listed in the Annuario Pontifico with the title The Great, alongside Popes Gregory I and Nicholas I. Leo was a Roman aristocrat, having met Attila the Hun. Great movie. Great redhead movie. In 452, and pursuing him to turn back from his invasion of Italy. He's also a doctor of the church, most remembered theologically for issuing the Tome of Leo, document which was a major foundation to the debates of the Council of Chalcedon, the Fourth Ecumenical Council. So that's also important. That meeting dealt primarily with Christology and elucidated the definition of Christ being as the hypostatic union of 2 natures, divine and human. Non-Trinitarian, just like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. United in one person, with neither confusion nor division, which, when you mix divine with human, you automatically have confusion, regardless of what you claim. It was followed by a major schism associated with monophysitism, miaphysitism, and diophysitism. Those isms. Monophysism is a Christological doctrine that states that there was only one nature, the divine, in the person of Jesus, who was in the incarnated Word. Miaphysitism is the doctrine that holds that Jesus, the incarnate Word, is fully divine and human. And then the Dio, Jesus is one person of one substance, and the hypostasis, with 2 distinct inseparable natures, divine and human. And so, yeah, his hypostatic union went against all 3 of those. So this is only over 100 years after Constantine and the First Creed. And already you're seeing that there were a number of groups that still didn't like homoousion. Screw you, Constantine! Not to mention changing the Sabbath day to Sunday. Many, in fact most, that took time before more caved to celebrate on Sunday, and do away with Saturday. There's still some that still have a Saturday with the Sunday of Constantine's creation, but nonetheless. So, yeah. What is interesting is the Attila the Hun thing. Trump, if you're listening, for being the Pope that turned back Attila the Hun from attacking, was on his mind. not just Trump, but also Putin, because of what Putin is setting up for too. So yes, it's very interesting that he was chosen and that he chose the name Leo. So, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints cannot be dismissed in any of this, as they jumped on it immediately when they found out about it. They were stalking the news to put out a pre-recorded First Presidency message to suck up to Pope Leo XIV. The First Presidency of the Jesus de la Iglesia how does it go? What order do I put them in? De los Santos de las Iglesias de los Jesucristos. I'm screwing it up. Issued the following statement on Thursday, May 8th, 2025. Notice that any of this news never has a time attached with it. This is pre-recorded. On behalf of the leaders and members, we extend heartfelt prayers and greetings to Pope Leo XIV. This significant moment in time for the Catholic Church is a reminder of the enduring importance of faith to people everywhere. Faith without works, you say? Faith without works is Pope Francis. Soon to be Russell Marion Nelson. See, when you know that the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith are biblical in regards to the religion of the Jews, you therefore know that all of Christianity is exactly what Joseph Smith said it is. All wrong, abominable, and corrupt for what they did to the Jews. Catholics are not exempt from this. No Christian is exempt from this. No Islamist is exempt from this. The Jews were first. And nobody gives a damn. So anyway, yes, that's why everything the church says, everything the church does is a lie and a deception, not just to the Catholic Church, but to Mormons. See, they may not, I don't know if they'll send this to the Vatican. I'm sure they've got the email hotline that they can send it through after their previous Vatican meeting, giving the Pope the statue idol god Jesus. For which they saved the massive one for the Jew. Seriously? Did he never even read his commandments, which are Jewish? It's just, hey, oh, a Jew, hey, let me show you our statue of our God. Was that Suarez that did that? It's been so long. And so, now listen. As fellow followers of Jesus Christ, therefore all wrong, abominable, and corrupt, we look forward to continued. See, here's the business deal that they're publicly offering. Opportunities to work together to bless the lives of God's children everywhere. Well, which children? Of which God? I just listed several of them that were upset with Leo the Great's tome. All of those mean a different God. And so then you throw in the church's version of it, of non-Trinitarianism. And so again, this is racist bigotry at a stupid level. If they weren't leaders of a religion, which makes this hate. Catholics don't have the same belief in a Jesus that this church does. And yet the church is trying to fool the new pope. May we strive to follow the example of Jesus Christ. Again, which Jesus? To care the poor and the needy. Becoming peacemakers. And create a world where faith and goodness can flourish. Oh my God! I just did a video. Strengthening Church Members Committee, did you drop the ball? Or did you tell them and they said, bleep Travis? Then Holland's heart had a flutter. And in case Mormons are in denial of their existence right now, Trump's tariffs has destroyed the economy worldwide. And it's going to get worse. Thus is creating a wider gap between the poor and the needy and the rich affluent. And this means Mormons. Mormons now are poorer under Trump than they were right before Trump. Even though Biden let eggs get out of control and become an egg of great price. Anybody been here long enough to remember those videos of mine? And as a result, as of last year, there were a rise in Utah of 2,000 homeless extra. We lost a Salt Lake City police chief over it, apparently. I'm not seeing that. Sister Homewrecker Mendenhall, your new police chief is not doing his job that you fired the previous one for. Just saying. Not to mention, I have not yet heard about the explanation for the explosion. It's not complicated to figure out. Seriously, our investigators in Utah are clueless how to do their jobs. Oh my God. I warned you. It's just going to go away and we'll never hear about it again. Oh yeah, there's an explosion. Yeah, they said it might have been a gas leak. No, there was no fire, so it can't be a gas leak. In order for a gas explosion, it would have to be in a tank that got heated and bulged and blew. That's different. And it would be easy to find. And so if it's oh my God. The incompetence of our investigators. And yet, sure enough, they also put at the news, anybody who has any information on who done it, give us a call. Because we don't know. Oh my God. But yeah, this church is stealing money from the stock market. They're puffing it up again, pumping it up to short the stock. I started back up again with Bones season 2, as I finished it yesterday. Dear God, Mormons, how could you literally be this dumb and in denial?